Hey, what's going on, guys? Tonight I want to tell you some very quick tips about email marketing. We're going to make this short and sweet. So, with a lot of new businesses, they want you to integrate either Aweber, getresponse, mailchimp, a lot of different email marketing systems. And one of the biggest problems that we face as online marketers or email marketers is content, right? So, what do we write? Some companies will actually give you a legacy follow-up series. I know that's the terminology for Aweber. I'm not sure if GetResponse or MailChimp or some of the other ones have a legacy follow-up series or something similar where they basically give you a series of emails to follow up with your subscribers, people that are signing up for your business, whatever it is. But I know with Aweber, one of the things that I do is the company that I'm with is there's a legacy follow-up series that they give us, but for me, I run actually two different streams. So I have one funnel set up where I create my own legacy series, and then I have another stream set up where I use the company legacy follow-up series. And one of the main reasons that I'm doing that is I'm actually trying to see which one is going to convert better. Something that is crafted by one of the companies that I rep with, or something that I write myself that, personally for me, I like to put a little personal touch on it. I like to have either pictures of my family or pictures of me or tell my own story. So I think it's interesting. And the way that it's going right now, the conversion rates that I'm getting on the open rates for my own stuff is actually, it's pretty good. So I wanted to just share a couple of things, because mainly when we have to create our own content, the first thing we wonder is, where do I start? What do I do? So before I get into that, I want to talk about one very specific thing. In email marketing, a lot of people go back and forth with how often should you email your list? And some people say 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. I've been trained and learned from one of the best solo ad writers, one of the best email marketers probably on the planet, but he swears by daily, every single day. So I'm just going to write that down. You guys can take some notes or just rewind this video and watch it again and again or whatever. But how often? So literally, you want to be writing to your list daily, okay? And if people want to unsubscribe because you email too much, then that's not your clientele. Those aren't the people that you want on your list. So just think about that one for a second. So, all right, let's get into the meat and potatoes here. So, one of the things you want to do is to be able to come up with content, right? So, number one is problem, agitate, solution. So when you're coming up with content, I want you to think about what somebody's problem is. The whole point of email marketing is you're trying to solve someone's problem. Okay, so what's the problem? You're gonna agitate the problem a little bit. You're gonna poke the bear. Maybe share a personal story. Maybe connect with them as to, hey, you know what, that aggravates me too, or I was in that similar situation as well. And then you're gonna swoop in and you're gonna provide the solution. So number one, problem. Agitate, solution. Okay? That's number one. Yes, my writing sucks. Deal with it. Cool. All right. Number two, frequently asked questions. So I can give you a couple examples, but I also want you to think about whatever genre, whatever business, whatever target market that you're in. What is a very commonly asked question in regards to that business, to a particular product, to a particular service that you're in, okay? So what is a frequently asked question? And to save time and space, FAQ, frequently asked question, okay? So let's just say, throw an example out there. Let's say that you're into travel, okay? Whether it be a network marketing, MLM, affiliate, you're into travel. And one of the most common questions is like, how do I really get paid to travel? So you tell a little bit of a story, maybe a personal experience, and then you come in with, this is how you actually get paid, and you explain that process there. So again, just one example, but think about questions that are specific to your industry, your genre, service, product, whatever it is. All right. Number 3, okay, this one's a little intricate, but it works very well if you set it up and serve it up right. So predict the future. So think about, again, the industry that you're in or the service or a product, and think about how that's going to be 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. So whatever it is that you're offering, you want to be able to predict the future. So let's just say that you're in a network marketing or an MLM, and your company is poised to do X, Y, Z. You want to be able to talk about what it would be like to join that opportunity and where someone might be. One of the most common things is, a year from now, you'll wish you have started sooner, right? With a lot of business opportunities. So think about what it would be like, if you started right now, this is what your future could look like. Or, you don't want to be that guy where everybody's into this and then you're not, and then you're trying to play catch up. But anyway, you want to try to predict the future. So think of your product, think of your service, think of what it is that you're offering and what that's going to look like down the road. All right, last but not least, like I said, we're going to make this short and sweet, just give you a few bullet points that you guys can use to think up some content. All right, so number 4, a little risky. You got to be careful how you craft this one. But number 4 is mock thy enemy, okay? We'll get into that in a second. All right, so what do I mean by mock thy enemy? Let's just say that you're into, makeup. You sell a makeup line, and what you're going to do is, set the beginning of the email up that, according to this report or according to that report, these companies here can't compete with the company that I'm in. They just don't rank up. They use artificial ingredients. They test on animals, whatever it is. But just think ways that you can politically correctly, or not. I mean, if you want to take the dagger out and go right for it, but you're going to mock thy enemy. But you want to do it in almost a whimsical, sort of humorous, maybe even sarcastic way that is going to get the point across. But at the same point, you're not going to sound like an asshole, because nobody wants to follow a jerk. If you're just going to come out and throw daggers and be a jerk, then obviously you got to craft it the right way. But when you can do it in a tasteful, whimsical way, and then still be able to circle back around at the end of it and show why your product is superior, or show why your service or your opportunity is superior compared to somebody else that's in your genre, then you're going to be on point. So just to recap, when you're looking for content to create, or if you're just, you have a brain fart and you can't think of, what do I write? What do I send to my list? Again, you want to do it daily. So you got to constantly just be thinking. And so number 1, problem, agitate, solution. Okay. Number 2, frequently asked questions. Number 3, predict the future. And number 4, mock thy enemy. Those are just 4 little things that you can kind of just take them, write them down, keep them right next to your iPad, your laptop, your phone, whatever it is that you're using to send information out to your list. And then just try to personalize it as much as you can. Get people to relate to you so that it's just going to feel a little closer to home. Now, one of the things that I also try to do, and sometimes it fits into these 4 categories and sometimes it doesn't, but I want you to think of the acronym ILT, okay? And that really stands for invest, so you're going to invest time, sometimes money, invest time, sometimes money, learn whatever it is that you're learning about. So whether you hear something on the radio, you watch a video on YouTube, you take a marketing course, whatever it is, a course on YouTube or any kind of course. It could be paid for. So like I said, invest, sometimes money, sometimes it's free. Learn, take some notes, even if it's just a few bullet points. And then the T is the teach. So invest, learn, teach. And if you can do that almost on a daily basis, even if you just go and you watch a YouTube video that's respective to your particular genre, your service, product, area of whatever it is that you're talking about, and you can just pick up a couple of nuggets that either was an aha moment or something that you got some value out of, take a little bit of note of that, and then you can create an email and say, hey, you know what, guys, I just want to throw this quick shout out to you. I just read about XYZ, and it really gave me a new perspective on how we're going to do business. So I made a quick video about it. You're going to check that out here. Boom, throw the link in, and then you can zip it off. But ILT is a good thing to think about as well. Invest, learn, teach. So anytime you can pick up little nuggets from literally anything, you're going to want to pass that along to your subscribers as well. So I'll just put that down here. ILT. All right. So hope you guys got some value out of that. And when you're trying to create content, it can get overwhelming at times, but you really just want to push yourself to just keep it simple, relate to the folks, and you want to write the emails literally like you're talking to someone, like I'm talking to you right now. That's how you want to craft the email, because I'm sure you're on someone's, you're a subscriber on someone's list, and hopefully they're writing to you and you're engaged in the email. You want to keep going. You want to read the whole thread. And then also, one last tip here too. Some folks will say that you want to keep it short and sweet. Other people aren't afraid to write big, long emails. But the point is, whether it's a short email or it's a long email, it's all about the content, and it's all about how you present the content. If you keep it engaging, if you keep it exciting, then someone's going to want to keep reading. So whether they're flipping through on their phone or they're over on their MacBook or their iPad or their laptop or whatever, it's all about the content that you provide. So length of email really doesn't matter. Okay, so just think about that. All right, so again, I hope you guys got some value out of this. If you're looking for more information on online marketing, there's a couple of links in that drop box below. Check those out. Boom. And you guys can do this. Change your mindset, change your life. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.